fuck. Maybe you can hear it, but it was the train was pulling the horn and everything.
Ontario collectors to west of Mavis. We still have the eastbound 401 Dizzy Dixon to the 400.
I was supposed to say, yeah, I said a fucked up thing and it cut me off. No, I don't know. I think it was the fucking way I tried to switch the windows around. I don't know why it didn't work.
This is really starting to improve, though, so it doesn't get nearly as bad once you're on the
Justin Bieber is now admitting to past drug use. What the fuck that means? Now he's got Lyme disease too, just like Avril Lavigne, right? Oh, we're crap, bro. She's white from Canada. She makes music. Some people like, some people don't. Yeah, who doesn't like Avril Lavigne? I said you get to listen to Justin Bieber, Avril Lavigne. You say that, we don't even know who the fuck she is. You say Avril,
two right lanes blocked. That's all for a stalled vehicle. Northbound Islington blocked north of Dundas for a crash. We have a fire investigation shutting down North Sherburne from Queen to Shooter. Then eastbound Bailey blocked at Brock Road for a collision. Take winter by storm. Enjoy up to an $8,000 Audi Quattro credit on a 2019 Q7 and a complimentary maintenance package now at AudiQueensway.ca. Let's check your forecast. Here's Natasha Ramsahai.
Gusty winds continuing this evening. Watch for some drifting snow, icy conditions because of that cold front that came through earlier today. We are down to minus 19 tonight. Wind chill near minus 30 in the morning. It is going to be mainly sunny tomorrow.
Environment Canada already told us 30.
Niagara Falls, if you planned on heading out there tomorrow, going to high minus 9. Wind chill minus 15 in the afternoon. Saturday, partly cloudy and minus 2. Watching the evening and overnight, though, could be a little bit slick out there with a couple of centimeters of snow. And then Sunday, cloudy with some light but wet flurries with a high of 3 degrees. Tonight we're dropping to a low of minus 19.
Right now in downtown Toronto, partly cloudy with a wind chill reading of minus 18.
This just into 680 News from the downtown. Police and fire on the scene of a 2-alarm event at Sherburne and Queen. One male victim has been located. They're making an emergency run to hospital. Road closures in the area. Sherburne is closed at Queen, so expect delays in that area again. One male victim is rushed to hospital after a 2-alarm fire in the area of Sherburne and Queen. The fire chief is on the way. This is 680 News.
How would winning the Lotto Max jackpot change your weekend of gardening? Let's ask Susan.
Forget measly gardens. I grow my own forest.
Okay, but Friday's Lotto Max jackpot is $55 million, plus an estimated 4 Max Millions. As your dream coach, I say keep growing.
Ooh, with the waterfall, luxury tree houses for my friends, and instead of walking, we'll zip line everywhere.
Zip line dreams are my favorite. Friday's Lotto Max jackpot is $55 million. Plus
don't say my house. That's funeral.
Tuesdays and Fridays, you can dream to the max.
It keeps growing.
The 680 News Weather Guarantee jackpot is over $15,000.
Enter now for your chance to win at 680news.com/contest.
This is 680 News. The astronaut who set a record for women in space
didn't take her dog with her.
Is now back on land.
About a week after coming back to Earth, after 328 days on the International Space Station, 41-year-old astronaut Christina Cook says,
my balance has taken a little while to get used to, so the physical act of walking was something to get used to, but I'm feeling great.
She says she has some muscle aches, but not the skin problems that others have reported, and says it is an adjustment, learning to live again with gravity, but she's on her way.
The first thing that I did after I went home was to reunite with my dog, which was wonderful. She was very excited, and then we took a family trip to the beach.
Cook's 10-plus months in space was the longest mission
ever. If I was that dog, I'd be upset.
I'm Jackie Quinn.
And Harvey Weinstein's lawyer made her closing arguments today in his Manhattan rape case, telling jurors her client is innocent. She says prosecutors acted like movie makers in presenting their case, creating a world where women are not responsible for how they interact with men. She says they don't have the evidence to prove the charges that Weinstein raped a woman in a hotel in 2013 and sexually assaulted another in 2006. Coming up in 60 seconds, all the Thursday market action with Richard Southern.
680 News Time, 7:25.
It's an exciting new era in smart home security for homeowners and businesses across Canada. ADT is now ADT by TELUS. We're not just a new name, we're offering Canadians new lower pricing on smart security
cell phone company. I don't know if I agree with that.
Say goodbye to the same old security options.
ADT never fucking overcharged you $100 for no reason, did they?
Free equipment. Sign up today and get $5 off our premium plan, plus a free smart door lock for homeowners. Conditions apply. Visit ADT.ca for details.
Some live to ski, others ski to live. Introducing Bluemont. Blue Mountain chalet living on 60-foot executive lots.
Steps from the mountain. A lifetime of memories awaits you and your family. Chalets from $890,000. For more information or directions to our sales office, visit Fremont.com. 680 News Time, 7:26.
Now, 680 Business Report, and it is Richard.
Tell us what's coronavirus. And Kobe.
CEO Jeff Bezos has just bought the most expensive house in Los Angeles, a big mansion owned formerly by David Geffen. Bezos plunked down $165 million like it's nothing. Of course, that's just pocket change for the world's richest person, whose net worth is in excess of $150 billion. The 9.4-acre property includes a more than 13,000 square foot mansion built in the 30s. The wood floor in the mansion is the same one Napoleon was standing on when he proposed to Josephine. The property has a 9-hole golf course and its own gas station. Barry Schwartz with Baskin Wealth Management.
Yeah, what was the joke at the Oscars? Even though he's got divorced, he's still the world's richest man. So spending $160+ million on a house is nothing to him. Amazon is riding some of the most amazing tailwinds the world has ever seen, whether it's e-commerce, cloud computing,
pocket change. If you have pocket change, you should feel bad.
They want to disrupt every company. You need to have some exposure to these type of companies as Canadians.
These motherfuckers use like
whether it's Apple,
vending.
Facebook,
What if they just
Google,
want a can of Pepsi? All they got is $100 bills. What the fuck?
But even if they get broken up, people are still going to love their businesses.
Amazon stock down about 0.5% today, $2,149 US. TSX down, but just by 11 points at 17,821. We saw weakness for the energy group, the consumer discretionary group, and some of the healthcare stocks. Cannabis lower on a whole today. Canopy growth down to $28.88. Bombardier unloading the rest of its C-Series program. That stock was higher to $1.67. The Dow fell 128 points to 29,423. S&P down 5, and the Nasdaq down 13 points. Canadian dollar at 75.37 cents US. This is 680 News.
Valentine's Day. How about I cook?
Sure, I'm easy.
I'm thinking a nice
set up
rare
some sort of
steak.
75% pool.
Okay.
Oh, and a wedge salad.
Not Caesar?
Thanks for doing all the planning,
How
honey.
long will Canadian dollar be exactly
and
75 cents?
You got the chocolates and flowers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Only on Valentine's Day, February 14th, get President's Choice more than a dozen 15 roses and a 16-piece Ferrero Rocher heart. Select varieties for $35 plus tax at Loblaws. While quantities last, no rain checks. Food lovers unite.
And the award for best pizza goes to Pizza Pizza for Pizza and a Movie.
Thank you for this delicious experience. I'd like to thank the large pizza, all 3 drinks, and the chance to work with so many amazing toppings. Oh, I almost forgot. Thanks for the 2-for-1 movie pass. Wait, I'm not finished.
Pizza and a Movie, a large 3-topping pizza, 3 drinks, and a 2-for-1 Cineplex movie admission for only $14.99. Only at Pizza Pizza.
967-1111. Order pizzapizza.ca.
It's time for the 680 News Business Travelers Forecast, brought to you by Air Transat.
Where is the coronavirus right now?
Enjoy a dedicated check-in counter, in-flight goodies, and priority baggage handling. Air Transat. Vacation is calling.
Vancouver, chance of showers and a high of 7. Calgary, clear 5. Few clouds in downtown Toronto. -12, feels like -16. I'm James Monroe.
I'm Sljana Timinzik at 7:30.
Number 1 for news in Toronto. This is 680 News.
Here are Scott Burnett and Christine Ritchie.
Good evening. It is Thursday, February 13th.
Here's what's making news right now.
Firefighters battling an apartment building blaze at Queen and Sherbourne right now. One man has been rushed to hospital with life-threatening injuries.
Via Rail cancels all passenger train travel right across the country in the wake of the protests.
If you got money for train tickets, you got money for 2 plane tickets.
CN Rails.
Health officials tonight reporting a big increase in the number of coronavirus
take a bus. Oh, you can't take a bus. Yeah, they canceled all that shit. You didn't care. It only affected 4 people.
Skin freeze in under 30 minutes.
The Maple Leafs trail the Stars 1-0, 6 minutes to go in the opening period down at Scotiabank. Sports at 45.
Out come the sellers on coronavirus worry. TSX down, NASDAQ fall from record highs. Business at 56. Time 7:31.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Good evening, Zach Lodenstein.
Hey, Christine and Scott. Good evening. This report brought to you by 407 ETR. It's really not a bad drive right now, although we're still dealing with this stalled tractor trailer on the shoulder. West 401 approaching Leslie in the Express. A little bit of a delay through there. Then it's busy through Huron, Ontario into the Collectors. Looks like we have issues on the northbound DVP at Don Mills, left lane blocked off. It looks like a collision just before Don Mills. It's again that left lane that's blocked off.
We have issues.
Slow from Bayview Bloor, and then after that it's slow from north of Don Mills up to about north of Lawrence. Once you're beyond that, you're in good shape. Southbound 404 DVP, that's a busy drive from Finch to south of Lawrence. We have the westbound Gardner slow from the DVP to Jarvis, and from Bathurst to west of Strawn. West QEW still slow from Ford Drive to Trafalgar. If you're north on the 427, taking that ramp to Highway 7, 2 right lanes are blocked still with this stalled vehicle. It's been a couple of hours already. Northbound 410 delay north of Steeles to north of Queen, and then west 403 a bit busy west of Mavis. If you're east on the 401, it's slow from Dixon to the 400 Express and Collectors, and from Allen all the way to Kennedy, alternately Express and Collectors. Southbound 404 DVP again busy from Finch to south of Lawrence. Northbound Islington blocked north of Dundas for a collision. Northbound Sherburne is closed from Queen to Shooter for a fire investigation. More on that in a moment. And then eastbound Bailey blocked off at Brock Road for a crash. This year 407 ETR is adding 30 kilometers of new lanes to keep up with increasing traffic and keep your commutes fast, safe, and reliable. Visit 407etr.com. With the forecast, here's Natasha Ramsahai.
Cold tonight, cold tomorrow. We are down to minus 19 degrees. Wind chill very near to minus 30 as you wake up tomorrow morning. It is going to be mainly sunny, but cold at minus 9, feeling like minus 15 at the warmest point of the day. We'll have a light north breeze up to about 15 kilometers per hour. Tonight, we're down to a low of minus 19 degrees. Wind chill minus 30 by morning.
Right now in downtown Toronto, it is not warm. It's minus 9, feeling like minus 18 with that wind. 680 news time.
It is not warm. Thank you.
Breaking news from the Moss Park area, where Toronto police say one man is being taken to hospital with life-threatening injuries after a fire at an apartment building. The two-alarm fire broke out at around 6:45 this evening near Sherburne and Queen.
A TTC bus is being used as shelter for those who had to leave their units.
The phone went from here to here. How did it go sideways?
Stay with us for more on this developing story.
It was less than 45 degrees.
Reduced to bus, plane, or car, or your hitchhiking thumb after Via Rail was forced to
this shit I have to fix after, eh?
Right across the country.
Oh, what's the difference? Fuck you.
CN Rail to shut down its service in Eastern Canada. With all the details, we're joined by 680's Richard Southern.
It's a totally unprecedented move. Via Rail canceling every single scheduled trip. It said it had no other option, considering the fact that they operate on CN rail lines and CN has shut down its network. It's all due to these ongoing blockades by anti-pipeline protesters. And we come up with this Via Rail passenger at Union Station who, believe it or not, was taking the whole thing in stride.
Oh, I agree with the protesters.
You ride trains, you used to fucking get places right.
That it used the railways to do that. Yeah. There might be other solutions for that. I can understand where they come from.
Via says it will be providing a full refund. You don't need to contact them. They'll automatically refund you, though it may take up to 15 days. The union representing rail workers is warning there could be thousands of
I want my fucking money now. I need to travel now. You're going to put me up in a hotel for 2 fucking weeks? This is the lines you got to give them. 15 fucking days. If I owed you money, you wouldn't wait 15 fucking days, would you? You wouldn't let me ride today and pay you 2 weeks from now, would you?
The last 24 hours, they're also reporting 116 new deaths. The death toll worldwide is sitting at just under 1,500. Still just 2 unresolved cases of the virus here in Ontario. 15 samples are also pending. The married couple has now largely recovered, but remaining in isolation. In Japan, the situation on the Diamond Princess cruise ship is getting worse. 12 Canadians now infected out of 44 new cases. Foreign Affairs Minister François-Philippe Champagne says some elderly people are being taken off the cruise ship.
There's some people who need medications on board. They want to have contact with their family. We're facilitating that. We have 2 emergency response teams in Yokohama.
Hundreds more Canadians are being monitored on another cruise ship in Cambodia.
Yeah, that's the one I want to hear about.
6 City News Time, 7:36. Bundle up if you're heading outside. Toronto and the GTA remains under an extreme cold warning as wind chills are expected to hit minus 30
extreme cold weather alert and extreme cold warning.
Hemside says with temperatures that low, exposed skin can freeze in under 30 minutes. The good news? We are expected to warm up by the weekend.
On
Saturday, we've got highs back to seasonal at -2, and by Sunday, we're above that freezing mark again with a high of 3 degrees. The city of Toronto has also issued an extreme cold weather alert.
Here with all news radio, 6 City News at 7:36. The trains are running again, but there are plenty of questions that need answers in the wake of a 7-hour TTC disruption earlier today. The mayor now calling for an investigation as well. 6 City's Mohan Qureshi joins us from St. George Station.
The TTC says it's looking into what caused that partial derailment that led to part of Line 1 being shut down during the morning rush. Haley Waldman with the
penny on the tracks. Just say it. Just say it. We believe the man with a penny.
She stresses it is rare.
I can certainly understand the concern that this derailment happened, as you mentioned, after something recently occurred, but we are looking into it and doing absolutely everything we can to prevent it from happening again.
And while the TTC is apologizing to commuters for another day of service disruptions, some regular riders of the Rocket say this is just another day on the TTC.
Every other day there's a problem, so it's not new.
Outside St. George Station on Bloor, I'm Mohan Qureshi.
Another scheduled subway closure tonight on Line 2, the Bloor-Danforth line. Service will end between Keele and Ossington stations at 11 o'clock. Shuttle buses will be running between those two stations. Regular service resumes tomorrow morning.
A board member with the LCBO appointed by the Ford government is being called on to testify about his involvement with Vaughan Working Families. 680's Mark Douglas has the latest in the controversy surrounding anti-teacher union ads that appeared in national newspapers.
Lawyer Quinto Annibale has been publicly identified as a director of Vaughan Working Families. NDP ethics critic Taraz Nadeshek says where there's smoke, there's fire.
$300,000 is a lot of money to come up with on day one to place full-page ads in national newspapers.
He wants
what are you doing?
To testify once again to the government agencies
Fuckface comes up with 300 grand to be the PC leader.
To that committee
that's cool. This guy runs some ads. That's not cool.
Government to the board of the LCBO.
Same fucking amount of money. Exact same.
At the time about being part of Vaughan Working Families. We have contacted Mr. Annibale to hear his side of the story, but we've had no response so far from Queen's Park.
Then you didn't contact him.
From the federal government, which
try that shit with me.
Attempts to try and stop the anti-pipeline rail blockades that are disrupting rail service and
causing
economic
pain. I don't know who the fuck that is. You call. That's not me. Oh, I left a message with all this information on it. Well, thank you.
Minister has sent a letter to Mohawk
doctors and shit doing that dumb shit.
Along the rail lines near Belleville, Ontario. He's offering to meet with them and discuss their concerns if they end their blockade. So far, no word if the offer will be accepted. Ryan Greer with the Canadian Chamber of Commerce tells me the rail blockades are having a severe impact on businesses and the economy, and he hopes this is peacefully resolved soon without any arrests.
Bartlett's like 10 minutes this way, and the workers were walking up the line this way. I don't know what they were looking for. The train came through. The trains are coming through here. I don't know.
The feds initially noted the pipeline and enforcing court injunctions are matters for the provinces, but they're now taking steps to find a resolution after facing pressure from both sides of this debate. Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
And coming up in 30
the
seconds,
train
we'll take
and nuclear people hate to understand. They don't want to admit that this could be true. Because I live right here, I don't do fuck all right here. So, because there's a fucking rail blockade here, that's because of me. No, it's the only fucking level crossing for like 10 kilometers. You know? Oh, the nuclear thing is here, so this protest here is your fault. No, I live here because it's cheap, because it's next to your fucking business, stupid. By the way, how come all your employees smell like crack cocaine smoke? They're cooking uranium. They're cooking uranium, right. Yellow rocks, get it?
At midnight to $1.12.9 a liter at most GTA stations. Coming up in a minute, Zach will take a look at your drive.
680 News Time, 7:40.
Does your credit card debt keep you up at night? I know mine did. Hi, I'm Adam, and 6 years ago, I was no different, so I started Nuvoro. Our proven step-by-step system helps homeowners eliminate debt and save thousands, like Tina.
Now I sleep at night, my debts are paid off, and I only make one monthly payment.
Read hundreds of other 5-star Google reviews and apply today.
This next 10-minute segment always sucks. Alright, let's see if we can try another way to get some fucking music. I'm not stealing music. They don't care if I play it, obviously, because I can't find a tag saying who it belongs to or please don't do that or whatever the fuck. They're all gangbangers. They don't give a fuck if you play their music. They're not expecting to get a check in the mail from fucking SoCan. If anything, you fucking find a way to burn it to a disc and sell it or something. That's what they want. Anyway. The fucking issue is not the fucking intellectual property. So, I don't like doing it this way, but for some fucking reason, I can't run both of these side by side. See, it goes 213, 14, 24. The fuck? The fucking timer, everything on here is fucked up. I don't try hard, eh? Because why? Look at what I'm working with. I'm lucky as any of this shit works. Alright, it's 40. Okay.
John Gotti, CTM Music Group, baby.
So you stopped streaming, obviously.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the paper, I'm just trying to get rich. We do it for the big face, dead presidents. I got a Lamborghini dream, still got Mercedes kids. And yes, I'm a boss, but I'm looking for a lick. You gotta get it, how you live a life is like this. And yes, I need 36, a whole fucking brick. Rolling through the city, got a Louis Lowe's on. And I told these motherfuckers, yeah, I get my John Gotti, CTM Music Group, baby. Woo! Yeah, I'm trying to get the paper, I'm just trying to get rich. We do it for the big face, dead presidents. I got a Lamborghini dream, still got Mercedes kids. And yes, I'm a boss, but I'm looking for a lick. You gotta get it, how you live a life is like this. And yes, I need 36, a whole fucking brick. Rolling through the city, got a Louis Lowe's on. And I told these motherfuckers, yeah, I get my smoke on. Cheech, strong, bust out the bomb. Smoking all day, flipping bricks by the yard. And you can try it too, but don't quit your day job. Cause it's each other, make the times real hard. That's why I got all these tattooed scars. Chilling in the titty bars, rolling in the fancy cars. Sweating out the superstar. Yeah, I look like a model. B-I-O-R. Money in the rubber.
This nigga dressed the total opposite of me.
Yeah, I got the trade palace, got a real loud bar. I do my dirt
in the dark, fuck it through it broad day.
I got so many toys, AKs, SKs, long range. Red state, no brand. Who am I kidding, motherfucker, crime pays. Yeah, we're trying to get the paper, I'm just trying to get rich. We do it for the big face, dead presidents. I got a Lamborghini dream, still got Mercedes Benz. And yes, I'm a boss, but I'm looking for a lick. You gotta get it, how you live a life is like this. And yes, I need 36, a whole fucking brick.
The Micmac are known for cutting throats.
New York niggas is out here. Yeah, niggas bigger smell that.
I still think this is my real dad. Pretty sure. It's something, yeah, I don't know.
When it comes to money, I'm at for these screws. My niggas rob niggas, every bring me they jewels. I used to ask God for things, but I would never get it. Now I'm just stealing, ask God for forgiveness. You worry about the wrong man, I'm the shooter. Give a man an inch, and he think he the ruler. There's no I in team, there is a me. American dream to believe it, you gotta be a slave. I know it's bad, but I'm high anyway. Eat healthy, stay fit, die anyway. Stay to talk to God, gotta pray, but I don't get Cause when God talk back to me, they say I'm schizophrenic. I don't talk shit, I pull up pistols. I'm like a ventriloquist, you never see my lips move. I'm throwing money up, never catch many bitch. Box fat, can even go skinny dipping. I started with nothing and
still have most of it.
I'm pulling out hammers like Chuck Brinker off the fence. I can't remember the last time I got something. Your guns is decoration, nigga, so stop crying. You sticky finger, I'm a maniac depressive. I'm passive aggressive. Better spread the message. You know who the best is. Better have your best. I'm gonna be black and ugly. I call that bitch precious.
It's gotta be a high point.
On my nose, they say that I'm an evil brother. I'm a warlock. I see things and dream of color. You think it can't happen till you got flesh. Smoke will make it right. But believe me, 3 laughs, we keep it clean with the whips. Clean up with the gun. Stats on 100. $20 Kush roll sticky. Niggas smoke guns. Just a grown man. P.I. Dad, you're like my sons. I don't give a shit. Give a shit. Oh, we don't give a shit. Give a shit. I don't give a shit. Give a shit. Oh, we don't give a shit. Give a shit. I know the hood like I came back so hard. Such a night. It must be an act of God. Yo, sticky finger back, and he grind me again with that double barrel shotgun like Siamese twins. Slowly with the nigga with the biggest mouth that can fuck first. I'm not as bad as people say, believe me.
I'm much worse.
Can't believe they can't see through how you be fucking. You know the cause of anything, but you value nothing. And even if a bitch gotta fuck to me, use a mother nature gang, you be full all the time, take it. I heard A right out my hotter. I believe in horoscopes, nigga, my sign is valid. Listen, nigga, I'll make a deal with you. Stop lying on me, or I'll start telling the truth about you. About my hip-hop niggas and my hip-hop bitches. Think you been distracted. Now it's sharp for 2 wishes. And I'ma keep grinding till they close the curtain. I don't know what makes you so wet. Nigga, it's mine, nigga, it's mine. So much people think it was a Western. Violence ain't the answer. You need to rephrase the question. Shit, I was born to be a pessimist. Even my blood type is B-type negative. Refuse to go quietly into the night.
I'm B19 positive.
We keep it clean with the whips. Clean up with the gun. Stats on 100.
You said that last time. You said that in the last one.
Go shout to whoever made this beat. YG did your thing, man. But no disrespect, I ain't no nigga. I'ma ride for my motherfucking native. Most likely I'ma die with my finger on the trigger. I've been grinding outside all day with my natives, and I ain't going in unless I'm with my native, 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 my motherfucking native, my 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 motherfucking native. Yeah, I'ma ride, I'ma die, and I'ma do it for my natives. So whooping and we're hooping, and I do it for my natives, for my natives. I put on for my natives, I surround for my natives, for my natives. I do this for my natives, I do this for my people, I do this for my tribe, I do this for myself. I got to stay alive. My natives know what's up, cause my natives know it down. Got my natives all around, from my town to your town. It ain't no problem, we do the damn thing. Posted with my B-half, 59, 50 fitted, all red, everything, and you heard me right. I be swooping and we're hooping all damn night. I do this for my natives, I do this for my natives. You keep on hating, but I'm just demonstrating. I'm just demonstrating the ways I was shown. I was born and bred for the rest, that's why I call it home. You can leave me alone if you don't want problems. Me and my natives, yeah, we always gotta solve some. Cook that beef so we can eat and get about the day. I'ma ride, I'ma die, I'ma do it for my natives. I'ma ride for my motherfucking natives. I'ma die with my finger on the trigger. I've been riding outside all day with my natives, and I ain't going in unless I'm with my native, my native, my native, my native, my native, my native, my motherfucking native, my 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 motherfucking native.
Riding for my natives for the duration of my life. 9 reservation is the place I wanna find. So you better recognize I'm not stopping till I cop until my date of expiration, and then hits my end of time. Define the expectation that I'm gonna live by. Savage, I'm a desert, always represent my kind. Remember explanation, you already know why. My natives,
I'ma ride for my motherfucking natives. Most likely I'ma die with my finger on the trigger. I've been grinding outside all day with my natives, and I ain't going in unless I'm with my native, my native,
It's get dollars or get lost.
Leave a permanent scar, I get a splash on the island.
Oh, fuck it. What the okay, I don't know which one's gonna stop on. Okay, 1 and 1.
Check one.
De bak saffen met een zak kosten centen maandelijkse toeslagen voor iets dat kan niet betalen kan. Johan, dinero para vloes, man, plata. Babylon brandt in de pan van Satan. België, walks like a dog, talks like a dog, looks like a dog, so it must be a geilas. Panama Papers, F35's, premies, mandaten, allemaal zeven. Fraudeleuze vis en twisserij voor de voedselbank, doodgevroren daklozen in de grote steden. Meer en meer belastingen dan een afschakelplan. Vastgoedmafia, een meter aansneden. Veel te veel zaak voor veel te weinig vetzakken. Veel te veel redenen voor veel te weinig protest. Loop ik met de kutte mee, terwijl ik met de graan lopen. Kan niet langer verder zo, alles is te duur voor mij. Alles is te duur voor mij. Je merkt het er niet, alles is te duur voor mij. Ik ken niet meer voor mij. Alles is te duur voor mij. Alles is te duur voor mij. Alles is te duur voor mij. Je merkt het er, ik ken niet meer voor mij. Alles is te duur voor mij.
Adrenaline door mijn lijf, maak je geld voor de verwarming. Te veel stress door al die rekeningen waar dat ik op achterloop. Niks te verdienen. Binnen in de schimmelwijk, La Belgique is te duur geworden. Alles wordt verwaarloosd, corrupte flieken, magistraten, politiekers, marginalen. Allemaal de schuld van het monetaire systeem. Kreml die praktijken, stijgende stroomvoorzieningsprijs. Er valt hier niks te rapen, zolang je de liter niks niet afneemt. Conclusies kunnen pakken, gele groene bazen plakken. Witness gooien achter stappen, ook klein geld om op de bus te stappen. Anders vliegen in de bak, deurwaarders gaan rustelen. Ogen omhoog, tand om tand, kwaad naar anders sukkelen. Fijn dat keur aan die speedpad, de koe en couleur. Dus kijken door de keyhole van de glazen spiegeldeur. Slaak mijn eigen retten in, is omdat we kwaad worden. Iedereen rondom mij leidt, want alles is te duur voor mij. Alles is te duur voor mij. Je merkt het er niet, alles is te duur voor mij. Ik ken niet meer voor mij. Alles is te duur voor mij. Alles is te duur voor mij. Alles is te duur voor mij. Je merkt het er, ik ken niet meer voor mij. Alles is te duur voor mij.
On their charity calendar or risk losing municipal backing for the fundraiser.
Oh, fucking pay their fucking way, stupid.
Have to put on shirts or take off their uniforms because city resources can't be used for bare-chested photo shoots of employees.
What?
President of the firefighters.
Dude, where does it say that? Where? Show me exactly the fucking rule that says you cannot use city uniforms for bare-chested photo shoots. For charity, at that. And they got a year on them. People throw the fucking things out and all like that. Well, maybe,
vehicles, including the versatile Discovery Sport, the luxurious Range Rover Velar, and the legendary Range Rover Sport. Each one offers unrivaled performance on road and off. On any Land Rover vehicle of your choice, receive your first 2 lease payments
on us. What do? Take the photos anyway and leave them. Fuck them. What are they going to do?
Visit the Land Rover display at the Canadian International Auto Show for details. Hurry, offers end March 2nd. Land Rover, above
we'll fire
and
you.
beyond.
You'll fire all of them? You'll fire all of them. Trying to fucking put out a fucking calendar? Yeah. Then what? You're gonna fucking people up your ass, Mr. John Tory. Why the fuck you fucking with the firefighters, you moron? John, you're not that smart, John. You flip-flop, and then you don't remember that you fucking flip-flop. They got to play back the fucking clips for you to show you where the fuck you said the opposite last week. The handgun ban doesn't make any sense because illegal. The fucking legal gun owners and the illegal gun owners are two separate fucking groups, right? Okay, fine. Then why the fuck are you now saying you need to do that? Oh, and you're back in Justin Trudeau on all this weirdo shit because you need $77 million and he ain't give it to you yet.
The broader Canadian economy because so much of what we buy and what we use is transported by rail. Mike Curie is with TD Bank.
The protest started last Thursday when the RCMP tried to enforce some court injunctions against some First Nations members, and we actually saw the CEO of Cenovus today literally calling this ridiculous behavior. They're going to have a significant impact on the Canadian economy. Obviously, if this continues much longer, like I said, we haven't seen numbers showing any effect just yet, but this is going on longer than a lot of people expected, and it's going to have a detrimental effect at some point.
Shares in CN Rail were down 0.75% today to $124.53. The stock, though, is up 17.25% over the past 12 months. Broader markets were lower today as coronavirus concern returned to the front burner. TSX down 11, 17,821. Shares in Canada Goose down 4% on that coronavirus concern. TELUS in with a fourth quarter profit. Revenue beats, bottom line a little bit soft. TELUS shares down 1.5% to $54.53. In the pop space, Aurora Canada's reporting a second quarter loss. Of course, that followed some big restructuring news out of the company the other day. Aurora stock closed higher by 2% at $1.96. We'll get Canopy Growth opening up its books tomorrow. That stock closed lower at $28.88. On Wall Street, the Dow fell 128 points to 29,423. S&P was down 5, while the Nasdaq fell 13. Price for gold at $1,578 the ounce, and the Canadian dollar at 75.37 cents US. Headlines coming up next, right here on 680 News. TD Insurance Auto Centers presents featuring I Got Rear-Ended on Spring Breeze.
So 100,000 US is like 130 Canadian. But it's basically like what you end up paying with taxes and fees and shit, but off of $100,000 of anything. $100, 30 extra dollars is going to disappear somehow in this country. No matter how you do
Auto
it.
Centers have claims advisors, repair, and rental all in one place. That's what confidence feels like.
They always
Learn
get
more at
something.
TDinsurance.com.
At Infinity, we know that
Look at your
luxury
receipt.
is
There's
not
weird
one
things. There's a
size fits all.
recycling fee.
During the Infinity Find Your
I'm not done with
Match
it
event,
yet.
you can customize your vehicle and your offer. Choose the versatile mid-size QX50 crossover with an exceptional 36-month lease offer. If you're the savvy accountant type, you can choose from a lease rate reduction or a cash incentive. If you like things worry-free, you can pick our no-charge maintenance plan. It's the Find Your Match event. Experience your life elevated in an Infinity.
Now, 680 News regional weather conditions for Walmart.
Now at Walmart, save 93 cents on Lancia pasta. Now only 74 cents. That's another reason why grocery bills are lower at Walmart. And taking a look at the regional weather conditions right now in Oshawa, -10, partly cloudy sky. Hamilton, -9 with some light snow there. Richmond Hill, -11, overcast sky. And in Mississauga, -10 and partly cloudy. Right now downtown, it's -9, partly cloudy. This is CFTR,
What's
680
the
News
wind chill?
time.
You're not going to make me call them again, are
8
you?
o'clock.
Oh.
For breaking news,
Yeah,
traffic,
hydro.
and
Wow.
weather. This is 680 News, Toronto.
Here are Scott Burnett and Christine Ritchie.
Good evening. This is Thursday, February
Good evening.
13th.
Here's what's making news this hour.
12:01 a.m. Good morning.
This hour is crews battle an apartment fire at Queen and Sherbourne. There are road closures in place. Your traffic report just seconds away.
Via
How
rail
funny is it
canceling
like that?
service right across the country today as anti-pipeline protesters continue to block a CN rail line.
More spikes of coronavirus numbers in Hubei province will bring you the latest from China straight ahead.
You think
What
it's
did I
cold
say?
now?
55K
Bundle up.
and
Tonight's wind
1,500?
chill approaches a -30. Your forecast coming up in seconds.
The Maple Leafs trail the Stars 2-0 early second period down at Scotiabank. Sports at 15.
The ever-shrinking Bombardier. We're looking at what's going on with the Canadian plane and train manufacturer. Markets lower. TSX down 11 points today. Business at 27. Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. First up, the traffic center. Hey, it's Zach Bowden. Hey,
Scott. This report brought to you by Don Valley North Lexus. And speaking of the Don Valley, it's slow traveling northbound Don Mills to north of Lawrence. Southbound, that problem just south of Eglinton is cleared away. We're looking at westbound Gardner delays from the DVP to Jarvis. It's looking a lot better, though, so much better as you try to leave downtown. Westbound QVW, though, past that, we are looking at delays from the 403 to Royal Windsor. I mentioned in my last report, issues in that area did clear, but it's still jammed in Oakville. North 427 ramp to Highway 7 also wide open as well. We have North 410 delays north of Steeles to north of Queen. If you're east on the 401, a crash at Bathurst and the Collectors as the right lane blocked. It also is slowing the drive down from the Allen and the Collectors to just east of it where that crash is. Eastbound 401 also busy. Avenue Express, Bayview Collectors over to Leslie. Westbound 401 approaching Leslie in the Express. A stalled tractor trailer on the shoulder. There's no real delay through there, but there are new problems. Westbound 401 at Hurontario and the Collectors. Two right lanes are blocked because of a collision, and it's getting really heavy through this area. 400 in good shape in either direction. Northbound Islington blocked north of Dundas for a collision. We have southbound Jane blocked at Eglinton for another crash. A closure of northbound Sherburne from Queen to Shooter for a fire investigation. That story coming up in just a minute. And eastbound Bailey blocked at Brock Road for a crash. At Don Valley North Lexus leased the 2020 Lexus NX 300 from just $198 bi-weekly for 36 months. Visit DonValleyNorthLexus.com for details. With a look at your forecast, here's Natasha Ranside.
A cold night here ahead of us. Temperatures dropping to -19. Wind chill -28 by the morning. So this is dangerous cold. Risk of frostbite. Could see some late evening lake effect flurries up towards Georgian Bay. Otherwise, tomorrow is mainly sunny. Much lighter in the wind department, but it doesn't take much wind to make our high of -9 feel like -15. Overnight tonight, we're dropping to a low of -19 degrees.
And right now in downtown Toronto, it's -9, feeling like -18 with the wind chill. We have a partly cloudy sky. 680 News Time, 8:03.
We have breaking news from Moss Park this hour, where fire crews are at the scene of a 2-alarm fire. It broke out at a high-rise apartment building around 6:45. Paramedics telling 680 News one man has been taken to hospital with life-threatening injuries. At least one other patient suffered minor smoke inhalation.
A TTC bus has been canceled and has been called in to shelter any residents forced from their units. Fire Chief Matthew Pegg is at the scene. Stay with 680 News for more on this developing story.
Via Rail shutting down all passenger service right across the country, and CN Rail is halting its service in Eastern Canada. 680's
the whole country, you can't move nothing from nowhere, period.
The reason why.
Not a good time.
You can't move from like the Red Pass place to the next
Your
stop.
train won't be going ahead via canceling every single scheduled trip in Canada. It said it had no other choice because the company operates on CN Rail Track, and CN has shut down its entire train network in Eastern Canada amid the ongoing blockades by anti-pipeline protesters.
What's in the
Those protesters say they're acting in solidarity with those opposed to the Coastal GasLink pipeline. And we caught up with James, a Via passenger at Union Station, who was left high and dry after an evening out at the theater.
In play, come from LA, and now we're stranded ourselves. Right now, we're at the International Airport to find room.
Via says it will refund everyone their money within 15 days. The Teamsters Union representing rail workers is warning of major layoffs as a result
story
of
of
this.
Canadians. Yeah, you have money.
And after
3 weeks from now,
to step in, the Trudeau Liberals are now taking steps to try to end the anti-pipeline rail blockades.
The Federal Indigenous Services Minister has written a letter to the chief and regional chief in the Mohawk territory of Tyendinaga near Belleville, Ontario. He's offering the meeting this Saturday to discuss their concerns, and in return, he requests they cease their blockade of the CN rail line. As the minister awaits a response, Ryan Greer with the Canadian Chamber of Commerce tells me these demonstrations are having a severe economic impact.
Our rail lines are the circulatory system of the economy. These lines move hundreds of billions of dollars in goods every year.
It's up to provinces and law enforcement to enforce court injunctions against demonstrations, and police have had a presence around these blockades. Meanwhile, a new poll from the Angus Reid Institute finds just over 50% of Canadians are in support of the pipeline, while 2 in 5 support the protesters.
Cormac McSweeney.
Streetcars,
The Canadian Transportation Agency has announced an increase under new passenger rights rules less than 2 months after the new rules went into effect. The agency says it has received multiple complaints from travelers about flight delays. The agency's chief compliance officer will spend the next 6 weeks collecting and analyzing evidence. The complaints allege that airlines didn't properly communicate reasons behind delays and cancellations.
Because if they tell you, they got to give you the money back.
Nearly 5,000
you got to get evidence from them that they fucked up to get money back. What the fuck?
They're also reporting 116 new deaths. The worldwide death toll now stands at 1,486, the majority in China. Meantime, still only 3 positive coronavirus tests out of the 340 in Ontario. 1 of them already resolved. The remaining 2 patients are basically symptom-free, though still in isolation. And 12 Canadians are now among over 200 infected passengers on a lockdown cruise ship near Tokyo. Foreign Affairs Minister François-Philippe Champagne says others being held in quarantine may be allowed to finish up in isolation on land.
We understand that from the Japanese authorities that they may allow for some people to disembark from the ship and be put in quarantine on shore.
Emergency teams of consular officials are on scene.
The deep freeze is here. Toronto and the GTA remain under an extreme cold warning, with Environment Canada calling for the possibility of wind chills near -30 tonight. Our meteorologist Natasha
said -30 on the damn phone.
To take extra care.
Heard the robot voice say it.
A cold front came through with a vengeance.
Wasn't a guy telling it to me like he read it from somewhere.
Really started to ice things up because this morning was so mild. We had that wet snow, which was melting. A lot of it making the roads wet, but with those temperatures falling very rapidly, you can expect very icy conditions through tonight.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Natasha says we could see the coldest air of the season tomorrow, but by Saturday,
trying to walk on this ice with 20 to 40 kilometer-an-hour winds.
NDP's now turning to a government committee, hoping to force some answers about the controversy surrounding the Vaughan Working Families ad campaign. 680's Mark Douglas has the latest on the anti-teachers ads that appeared in national newspapers.
The opposition was the LCBO board member who's been publicly identified with Vaughan Working Families and its anti-teacher union ads to appear before a government committee to explain themselves.
This is really disturbing stuff.
Socialist, communist fucking organization.
Potentially $300,000 to place ads without being a registered third party. This isn't your neighborhood PTA association. This isn't bake sale money.
Nedashak wants lawyer Quinto Anabali to testify to the government agency's committee because he was appointed to the board of the LCBO by the Ford government about a year ago. But Nedashak says Anabali never said anything to that same committee that he was connected to Vaughan Working Families. We have reached out to Mr. Anabali for comment.
I swear, a week ago they said this place didn't exist.
Mark Douglas.
There was no record of anything by that
Council is asking the Education Minister to cancel this year's grade 10 standardized literacy test and delay it until next year. They say the ongoing labor dispute between teachers and the government will affect how the test can proceed, given teachers.
Well, you're going to graduate them to grade 11 anyway. What fucking difference does it make if they do the test? You're going to fuck. It literally makes no difference if they do the test and they know it.
Teachers in the French system and rotating walkouts by some elementary and high school teachers.
If I figured it out, your kids are going to fucking figure it out.
680 News Time 809.
It hasn't been relevant to me in a long time.
I know exactly where I was when it came on the radio.
So next year.
I was going down to the basement to check on the
Next year
laundry.
we'll be in grade 11, right?
And when they said it on the news,
you're going to make us do the grade 10 test, right? Right. What are they going to do? Make us fail grade 11?
The song comes on.
You're already in grade 11.
Forever, and I don't even remember where we're going, but I know the windows are wide open because we are singing at the top of our lungs. People are driving by, they're staring at us.
I'm high and I figured it out.
Laughing.
You don't let your kids do drugs, right? So they fucking have this sober half the time, right? They're up early in the morning, right? They don't need coffee, do they?
Price update. Info predicts the price will go.
They're gonna figure it out.
3 cents at midnight to $1.12.9 a liter.
680 News Time 810.
It was a rainy day when Pizzaville decided to stone bake our pizzas the traditional way. That was over 50 years ago. Since then, the big pizza conglomerates started cooking their pizzas on conveyor belts.
Teachers don't want to have to pass tests.
Now you can choose.
Kids are going to be given tests. They're not being given tests, but they will be later. That aren't going to matter.
Pizza you could mistake for luggage.
They've done tests that won't be graded.
Fiercely Canadian. Authentically
Trust me, a few of the kids figured that out, and I bet a bunch of them didn't and tried very hard.
Head to Toys R Us for some hot deals the whole family will enjoy. Buy one, get one at 50% off on all Barbie, Hot Wheels, Fisher-Price, Mega Bloks, Thomas & Friends, and so much more. Some exceptions apply.
Mr. Conductor.
The new Barbie color reveal dolls and the Hot Wheels Track Builder Triple Loop Kit. Hurry, these deals won't last. Shop now until Monday, in-store or online at toysrus.ca.
Time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Zach Bumstein.
This report brought to you by TELUS. A few issues on the go right now. If you're traveling eastbound on the 401, there's a crash at Bathurst in the Express, which has Bathurst in the Collectors, I should say, which has the right lane blocked, also slowing the drive down from Allen in the Collectors. And then beyond that, we have just volume, Avenue Express, Bayview Collectors to Leslie. On the West 401, a collision at Hurontario in the Collectors, which has the right lane blocked. And as you'd imagine, it does get really slow through here. It's been busy all day through that zone. Northbound DVP approaching Don Mills, new issue in the left lane. It's a stalled vehicle, an emergency cruiser on scene that's really slowing down the drive on the North DVP from just north of Bayview Bloor to approaching Don Mills. After that, it looks fine. Westbound QEW a bit slow from the 403 to Royal Windsor, and again, that was all because of earlier problems. North Islington still blocked north of Dundas. Southbound Jane blocked at Eglinton. Those are both for collisions. Northbound Sherburne closed Queen to Shooter for a fire investigation. Did you know Canada ranks #1 in the world for internet affordability according to The Economist? Know the facts at connectingcanadaforgood.com. With the forecast, Natasha Ramsahai.
A cold night tonight with skies clearing, winds getting lighter gradually, but down to -19, wind chills near -30. Could even feel like -35 up towards Lake Simcoe, Barrie, Orillia, and Midland. And then on Friday, mainly sunny skies for Valentine's Day. That's the good news. Bad news is it's probably going to be the coldest day of the season. -9, feeling like -15. Watch for some flurries tomorrow night from Oshawa eastward. Otherwise, Saturday is partly cloudy, back up to seasonal at -2. Tonight, we're down to a low of -19 degrees.
And right now in downtown Toronto, we're sitting at -9, feeling like a -18 with the wind chill. We have a partly cloudy sky. 680 News Time, 8:13.
Remember, 680 News, the only Toronto radio station with a weather guarantee. Our jackpot for today, $15,300. That's a lot of cash for your chance at the money. Head to 680news.com/contest. A prosecutor in Atlanta is considering whether to open a formal investigation into the death of legendary singer James Brown.
Get up, get on it. Get up, get on it. We're not going to mute it. I want to know what the fuck they're talking about.
The district attorney has met with a woman who says she has evidence Brown's death was caused by another person. The singer was 73 when he died of heart failure on Christmas Day in 2006, less than 2 days after being hospitalized for treatment of pneumonia. Coming up in 60 seconds, we'll recap your top stories.
You know, it's pneumonia killing people now. You can eat laundry detergent, nothing happens.
GG Autos and Via Rail Canada bring you Family Day, Monday, February 17th.
Pneumonia will kill you.
Presented by the Toronto Star and Wheels.ca.
We're on the cold, pneumonia cold thing will kill you.
Discover the classics that made automotive history. The Disruptors. A chance to win a trip for 4 valued at over $8,000 from Via Rail Canada.
He told us the flu shot would not do anything at all for this coronavirus. And the next fucking thing they told us was to get a flu shot.
Green Park and Starlane are
I'm sure we were recording. I'm sure of it. It's got to be there somewhere.
Welcome to Mountain View Heights, an oasis community in beautiful escarpment country, nestled within a rich network of parks and trails, and featuring amenities and transit options. Waterdown is only 10 minutes from Oakville. Phase 3 opens this spring. Don't miss out on this stunning collection of semis and singles in the heart of Waterdown. Registered at mountainviewheights.ca.
There's words and things I'm supposed to look up. I can't think of it right now.
News Radio.
Phone charge, working, everything's good. And thanks, Google. I can't remember what I wanted anymore.
Good evening from the 680 News Broadcast Center. I'm Scott Burnett.
And I'm Christine Ritchie. Here are the top stories this hour.
One man fighting for his life in a hospital tonight as crews continue to battle a fire in an apartment complex near Queen and Sherburne. Fire Chief Matthew Pegg is at the scene, as is one of our reporters. And as you've been hearing in
traffic. Sherburne is closed from Queen to Shooter for this investigation. Via rail service is a no-go right across the country for the foreseeable future as anti-pipeline demonstrators continue to block CN rail lines. Refunds are being given out, but could be at the cost of the temporary layoffs. If you don't need to go outside, don't. Tonight's a low dropping to
-19. Right? VI takes a while to get welfare, right? What the fuck's your problem?
Expected through the morning as well. Your forecast coming up. And coming up after sports,
the TTC says it's looking into what caused the partial shutdown of subway service on Line 1.
I can certainly understand the concern that this derailment.
Nobody blockaded that railway. They still fell off the fucking tracks.
680 News Time 8:15. Now 680 Sports.
And they're installing, the reason they keep shutting it down is to install new train signaling systems that are automatic, that will let them run the trains closer together. What do you mean closer together? Like how close? You can already see the next train. Well, you used to be able to see the next train. That's why there's no windows on the ends of these new trains. You can't see what's up the tunnel. Whatever's up there, you can't see it.
With an insurance marker.
Joe Bow
Total surprise for everybody.
Sportsnet, Bob Dowdy, the fan. You can also watch it on Sportsnet Ontario. 2-0 Stars here. 8:58 to go in the second period.
Fatal collision in our subway.
News for the Maple Leafs. Andreas Janssen had to lead this game in the first period with what the Maple Leafs are calling a knee injury. Florida Panthers 2 points back of those Maple Leafs for that third spot in the Atlantic Division, but they trail right now at home to the Flyers 3-0 with 13 minutes to go in the second period. Vaclav Pospisil lost to Filip Krajinovic of Serbia in straight sets today in the round of 16 at the Rotterdam Open. And Matt Kuchar has a lead at 7-under after round one of the Genesis Invitational. Tiger Woods is 5 back, while Corey Connors is the top Canuck at -1. And quick update from Scotiabank Arena, Austin Matthews has just scored on a power play. Stars off on top of the Maple Leafs 2-1, 8:39 to go in the second period. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour, or anytime at sportsnet.ca/59. 680 News Time 8:17.
Roto-Rooter? What are you doing at the Chan's house? Sewer backup, water leak everywhere. I thought Roto-Rooter was #1 in the #2 business. And we do water cleanup.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing, drains, and water
construction site thing.
They do it all. When you aspire
portable
to drive
toilets and a little hand wash station. And the paper towel dispenser thing has a fucking master lock on it.
Decision should be Mercedes.
So you don't steal the paper towels. Who the fuck wants a roll of fucking portable body paper towels? I need these in my house, man.
And cash incentives up to $10,000. Conditions apply. See dealer for details.
Mercedes-Benz New Market at New Lock just west of the 404.
I don't understand who's fucking washing their hands there. Who's gonna give a fuck about drying their hands on a piece of paper? Like, you're washing your hands in a portable toilet. I don't know where the water comes from. There's no hose usually. I don't know where it comes from.
Joins us live with the very latest.
It's not a thing of hand sanitizer. It's a sink of water.
Emergency crews were called here to this apartment building on Sherburne near Queen just after 6:30. Toronto Fire Chief Matthew Pegg says they were called to the 14th floor, and inside they found one person.
Immediately recovered that occupant, removed them, brought them down, initiated patient care, and transferred the care to Toronto paramedics. That occupant has now been transported to hospital. The last indication that I've been given was in fact vital signs absent.
It's still too soon to tell what caused the fire. Everyone else in the building has been brought back inside. The fire was contained just to that one unit. The Ontario Fire Marshal has been called in to investigate. Reporting live, Phil Martino, 680 News.
680 News Time 8:19. It's one of the longest underground service disruptions in recent memory. 7 hours of no subway service earlier today after a maintenance car derailed on Line 1 just ahead of the morning rush.
For 7 hours, thousands of commuters had to wait in long lines in the freezing cold to catch shuttle buses because there was no subway service on part of Line 1.
Southbound shuttle to St. Andrews subway station across the street.
Some riders telling me even though they've come to expect this from the TTC, it doesn't mean they like it.
When you're late from work, but it's not your fault because you left on time from home, so you're frustrated.
The TTC is apologizing to riders, saying even though this is the second partial derailment in just the last few weeks, they maintain it's rare and plan to find out what happened.
It's not a proper derailment unless all the wheels come off.
We understand what happened and to ensure that it doesn't happen again.
At St. George Station, I'm Oman Qureshi.
Coming up in 60 seconds, traffic and your extended forecast.
6 City News Time 820.
Some live to ski, others ski to live. Introducing Bluemont, Blue Mountain chalet living on 60-foot executive lots. Steps from the mountain. A lifetime of memories awaits you and your family. Chalets from $890,000. For more information or directions to our sales office, visit Premont.com.
Wherever the road may take you, BMW has you covered. Starting February 14th, take advantage of the ultimate BMW Auto Show event and get rates as low as 0.99% APR for up to 60 months. Plus, credits up to $1,750 on select in-stock 2020 models. And with every new BMW purchased, receive a no-charge 4-year or 80,000-kilometer scheduled maintenance package. May be combined with other offers. Conditions apply. Offer ends February 24th. Visit your BMW retailer today.
City News Time 821.
Traffic and weather together on the ones. Zach, what you got for us?
Well, we got quite a bit going on right now. This report brought to you by Carlton Cards. A lot of it off of our major routes, but I'll start on the highways. Eastbound 401 at Bathurst in the Collectors. Right lane blocked with a crash, so slow from the Allen in the Collectors. We are looking at volume after that from Avenue Express, Bayview Collectors to Leslie. There's a stalled track